Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachal Kodash. The belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, Yoakim to Zadakim that do this thing that most truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shimon, this week's topic is we're gonna go into Iran striking Israel. Now that's just face value. Honestly, I haven't done much of a deep dive in terms of what's going on over there, because sometimes you do have false attacks and stages being set, but anyways, at the end of the day, it's all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is doing. This is the book of Exodus chapter 15 verse 3. It says the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a man of war, right? One, he's a man. Two, he deals with war. Everything you see, it's at a battle. So the stuff that's mustering over there right now in the Middle East is the Most High is doing, and it's also prophecies, all right? And we're going to get into that. It says the Lord Yahweh is his name. So the Lord put an emphasis on his name. Now, I'm going to jump to the book of Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there's a season, all right? And it says a time to every purpose under heaven. There's no such thing as coincidence, all right? Everything, even as you goddamn fucking accidentally hitting your big toe, guess what? It was meant to happen at that particular day and time. Everything has a purpose in the season with the Lord, all right? Now, what type of season and purpose are we in right now? This is the book of, jumping down to verse 8. It says, a time of love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. And we're in a time of war, all right? These smaller nations, Iran, Israel, guess what? They're entangled with larger nations. And that's how most of these world's war starts, all right? Allies jumping in to defend other allies, all right? Iran is allied, okay, with Gog, Russia, all right? And Israel is allied with the United States, both major superpowers, all right? And guess what? It's prophecies that these things will be set up this way. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 45. It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon. Babylon, when you break down the word, Babal is confusion, Lon is land. It's not talking about ancient world Babylon. It's talking about modern day Babylon, this land of confusion known as America. Okay? Jeremiah 50 and 51 is talking about spiritual Babylon. Okay? It's not talking about the land of Iraq. It says, and his purpose, that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Again, the modern day Chaldeans are these Illuminati people, if you will. All right? The deep state. Different names for them. Secret councils. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? So what does it mean by that? It means the least of the nation of Edom shall draw who out? All these nations into the battle, all right? And the so-called Jew, that's Amalek, all right? Amalek is the least of the tribe of the nation of Edom, okay? They're the ones over there in the Middle East that's stirring up all this conflict and shit, man, and causing these endless wars because they're trying to fight and claim for a land that doesn't belong to them, all right? Because they're not the true people of the Lord. The true Jews of the Bible are the Negroes here in America, all right? So, and the true people of the Lord are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, pursuant to the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter, all right? And when you read the book of Romans, it speaks about the spirit of self-bear witness. What spirit? Revelations 19 and 10. The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecies. The prophecies aligned with us, okay? Because we're the ones that was brought over here on cargo slave ships, all right? And not just us, okay, but our people, all right? Our people, all of our people, okay? Because guess what? The Northern Kingdom came over here in ships, all right? And they got exported in ships to different parts of the world, all right? It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So they're gonna cause this major world's war. The only reason this shit hasn't hit World War III yet, we're talking about nuclear missiles and shit being dropped, is because every prophecy has to take its course. Every prophecies have to happen. We need the RFID microchip, which is already here. Neuralink is already here, all right, to be implemented, all right, on a mandated state, all right. So the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is just setting up the pieces, okay. So when that happens, it's a domino effect. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? And this thing could happen far sooner than people think, man. All right? 2020, they shut down the whole world in a matter of months. So anything could happen in a short amount of time. Now, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war, right? Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, right? So again, this is the whole topic. The topic is war, all right? Who's behind this thing? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Who is he using as his peace? Them so-called Jews, all right? Because what they'll do is say shit like Iran strikes Israel, but who the fuck started it? Who started it? It's always them starting it, but they control the media, they control the news, all right? They can spin narratives. So that's what they do. But now, all right, with the advent again of TikTok, social media, people are wising up. Like, yeah, wait a minute. A lot of people now is talking about free Palestine, okay? Meaning they're not taking the side of the so-called Jew because they're seeing people, you know, again, with TikTok, everybody's their own pundit now and their own reporter, all right? It's showing you like, wait a minute, these are the ones that are killing people, bombing the hell out of civilians and shit, and just and then calling them extreme rebels. You see? Saying things like, yo, they're using human shields. So by that, if you're saying they're using human shields, that means you can now just gun down innocent people and say, oh, that was a human shield. You see? So it's more and more dirt and shit being exposed on what's going on over there. It says, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am, oh shit, I just clapped the bird. Salakia. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. It says, let all the men of war. Salakia, I'm on 10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Right. All the instruments, all your agricultural funding, man, just put that shit in the war, man. All right. Start making more drones, make more EMPs, make more missiles. All right. Build up your military. And that's what they're doing. It says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Where they come up? Oh, wow. Salakia. Keep jumping back up to. It says, let your weak say I'm strong. Okay? Let your weak say I'm strong. Because what? Now nations like Iran, all right, are strong. You look at a nation like Iran, how it's strategically set up. Guess what? They got the Strait of Hormuz. They don't need missiles. EMP attack on the Strait of Hormuz, man. That would shut off 25% of the world exploitation of oil. That shit would collapse the whole, you know, it would turn shit upside down. And guess what? I don't have to have a nuke. My big bro got a nuke, Russia. So they're not fearing these other nations in the West no more. All right? They saying if you're gonna fuck with us, we're gonna fuck back with you. It says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together around about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, angels, all right? And by the way, they're gathering themselves round about, man. Okay? All these nations have a piece of what's, like, you know, these major superpowers, all right? They're gonna have interest in what goes down between Iran and Israel, man. Straight up. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Now Yehoshaphat is the Most High's decision. And what's the Most High's decision? Judgment. Okay, that's over there in the Middle East, man. Okay, Lebanon and all that. For there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about. So that's where shit is kicking off at, man. And this type of stuff is stuff through the spirit of some of the apostles and elders on down. We've been saying for years, okay, through the spirit, because the scriptures is telling us that this thing is going to happen, man. All right, we get excited. We're redeeming the times because we know when things like this happen, all right, it just means we're that much closer, man. We're that much closer to a just kingdom. For us to get that just kingdom, this kingdom got to go down. All right? For this kingdom to go down, prophecies have to come to pass. One of the major prophecies is World War III thing that we're talking about, man. Reading on, it says, going to Ezekiel 38:1 now, it says, and the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Right, this is going into Russia. all right? Meshach and Tubal, all right? That's going into Turkey. Okay, because guess what? Turkey's playing both sides right now, right? Because Turkey's a part of NATO. But guess what? Turkey did a deal to get S-300s. Eventually, they're going to side with the East, all right? They're going to side with Russia. A lot of these nations now that are sided with America, they're going to turn their backs on America, man. America's going to do something because they break so much treaties and on some cutthroat shit. America and the state of Israel, they're going to do so much, they're going to do something so cutthroat, all right, that a lot of nations is just not going to fuck with them. Turn their back on them, shoot missiles on them. All right. And right now, Vladimir Putin seems like a diplomatic person, all right, and is always trying to be the voice of reason when it comes to war. But guess what? The Lord is going to put an evil thought in his mind, whether it's him or someone else. It says, "Son of man, set thy face." I read that part already. It says, verse 3. It says, "And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws." Right. So what does that mean? Russia's going back to that old Soviet Union mindset, man. They want to take back Ukraine. They want to take back these particular lands. All right. That was once part of the Soviet Union. I thought since the Soviet Union was dismantled, there should be no NATO. All right. But guess what? NATO kept expanding. They said we wouldn't move 1 inch westward if Russia, Soviet Union was dismantled. Motherfuckers kept moving west to conquer more places, man. All right. And NATO is just an extension of the United States military. Let's just keep it real, man. All right. They get countries to join NATO. That way they could bring their own, put missiles closer to Russia. It says, "I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers, shields, all of them handling swords." So there's a great world war that we're talking about, especially when you read about the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, talking about the army that's going to leap walls, all right? And the major war that's going to take place. Guess what? That's all going into the missiles, man. All right? That's going, how do we know that's going, how do we know that's talking about missiles and not actual men leaping walls or what have you, all right? Because the scriptures tell you that this war is not going to be like all wars, where men fought, there was garments rolled with blood. It says this war is going to be with fire. So how could he be talking about actual men? It's talking about missiles, man, being launched from one part of the world to the next. All right? Because America's going to get their shit off too, the missiles are going to terraform the whole planet Earth, man. We're going to have different looking continents, and it's just the world is going to look different, man. Because guess what? Not just World War III, not just the missiles from World War III, 200 million warheads, all right, but concentrated fire from the chariots. It says, "Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee." So you're going to have these African nations, okay, which are also pissed off at the United States, getting the mix, which they're already, again, talking shit about America. It says Gomer and all his bands. Read that part already, Salakia. It says 7, "Be thou prepared, and be prepared for thyself and all thy company, and are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." And that's what Russia's going to be unto these Middle Eastern nations, all right, these African nations, all right. They're going to be a guard, all right. They helped out Syria a few years ago, okay. They even went over there to was it Ecuador, or I believe it was Ecuador, where they sent them 2 white jets. It's not Ecuador. It's shit. Chavez was the president of this place, man. It's failing me, man. Because they had hyperinflation, and they was trying to usurp and put a puppet leader over there. Not El Salvador. Is it El Salvador? Oh man, it's one of these South Latin South American countries, man. Can't believe it slips my mind, but yeah, Putin got involved in it, helped them out. All right, so a lot of these places that America's trying to come and annex, all right, and do their coup d'etats and set up puppet leaders, all right. Guess what? I can't remember the place, but I know one of the puppet leaders they was trying to put up in there. It was called Guaido. The nigga looked like Barack Obama, and they was trying to prop him up to be there. Man, I can't believe that place is slipping me, but yeah, man. All right, so Russia is stepping up and getting involved. And we're gonna see where this thing goes. Let's see where this thing's leading. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim. I do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.